Joe Burrow, even though he struggled to start the season, he's only thrown 4 picks. He has 10 touchdown passes. The QB rating's not great, but the reason I kind of like that price for Burrow, and I have the Lamar 7-1, I like the 18-1 though, is because he's got some big games coming up. Buffalo this weekend, and the last time we saw the Bills-Bengals, Burrow had all day in the pocket. I know they got Von Miller back, and the Bengals have more of a pass rush this season, but if he's able to pick them apart the way that he did last year, throw 3-4 touchdowns in this game, standalone, primetime spot, big game, everybody's going to be watching, more eyeballs, and then they get the Texans. Then another big game against the Ravens. Then it's the Steelers. Then it's the Jags. Then it's the Colts. They just have some big games against some decent and good teams. Whereas if he goes on a run like they did last year, I think he might get some MVP love. And I don't know that we get an 18-1 price on Burrow, anytime soon the next couple of years. Kind of like Alabama. Do I think they win the national title? No, but at 14-1, I think it's worth a flyer just because it's something that we rarely ever see.
I think we get to pump the brakes a little bit on Will Levis. Obviously, he's just on start. It was nice to see this Titans team take some shots downfield. That was a really pleasant development there. And you mentioned that connection. Hopkins is a little bit banged up, it looks like here. Share the projections from our model. We have 230 yards, which is over the 201.5 passing yards for Will Levis here. We expect Derrick Henry to really struggle on the ground. Rushes for just 45 yards. Obviously, the way to beat the Steelers team is through the air. And obviously, thinking back with this in offense, doing things through the air has been difficult in the past. But I think on a sheet, you're going into Pittsburgh. This is going to be a really, really tough spot for the rookie here. So I would just advise everybody to maybe just a little bit on anointing Will Levis. Too much love here. But I really this is a little bit of a trap spot for everybody who's going really, really heavy on Levis.
When you look at Dallas and how they were constructed this offseason, they went out and got Stephon Gilmore. They had Diggs, and once Diggs left, it kind of took the fizzle out of the Gilmore acquisition, because now he doesn't have a yin to his yang, a Batman to his Robin. So that's out. But then they went out and drafted 2 guys, Maggie Smith, nose guard in the first round, to stop the Eagles. He's not playing as much as I thought he was going to play. He's not as good as I thought he was going to play. And then in the interior of the Eagles defense, of course, linebacker and safety has been an issue. But Shoemaker, the tight end from Michigan, he hasn't done much either. So the things that they did to go out and combat the Eagles are no longer a factor. So because of that, I think this Eagles team just got better. Even with all the injuries they've had, they've learned how to go out there consistently and win games, even though they're losing the turnover battle. I just think they're a far superior team than Dallas. And plus, we know how Dak's going to react. We know he's going to go out there. He's going to do his Dak things and lose the game for him. So I would say that we're a better team because of how we're constructed. Who's going to stop A.J. Brown?
Yeah.
Who's going to stop our running game with Swift? And our defense has just gotten better, with the acquisition of a safety, a big-time, 2-time Pro Bowl safety. I just think they look pretty good right now.
Angels falling out of contention for Ohtani. Where do you think Shohei Ohtani ends up? Is it going to end up being the Dodgers most likely?
Well, it's like the Dodgers. I still don't rule out the Angels. He's comfortable there in Anaheim. But, he can be comfortable in L.A. It's the same, same market, same type of reporters, everything else. He's kind of had his own way with Anaheim. I mean, they can say when he wants to pitch, when he's going to play. Hasn't talked to media since early August. So, but I see him in the Dodgers. I don't see him anywhere but Dodgers or Angels. I don't discount the Angels. I really don't. But I don't see him going anywhere else.
I know some people are looking at Tyreek Hill and talking about MVP. Some people are saying Offensive Player of the Year, which I don't. It's not wrong to also think he deserves it, but Christian McCaffrey is so multifaceted. He does so much for that team and the 49ers. And on top of that, if Deebo Samuel is going to continue to miss time, he's that much more important to the 49ers. The number is going to keep going up. He's going to continue. I know the rushing yards and receiving yards don't necessarily eclipse 100 each one, But you put that together, and then he's getting multiple touchdowns every single game. He's equally a threat on the ground as he is a receiver. There's nobody in the NFL that's more of a threat, even Alvin Kamara. I'm sorry, I would take him over Alvin Kamara right now in terms of what he's able to do.
Oh, me too. I mean, there's not many guys I would take over Christian McCaffrey just because of, like what you said, man, the skill set. I mean, all running backs now are able to catch balls out of the backfield, unless you're A.J. Dillon, and even he can do so.
Not really.
There's always a way to get a shot at A.J. Dillon every time.
I mean, but like at Boston College, even Jonathan Taylor when he was at Wisconsin, like that last year that he was there, they wanted him to catch more passes because the knock was, hey, to play in today's NFL or to have a longer career as a back or to go a little bit earlier and make more money, you have to catch the football. But, I mean, like with McCaffrey and Gibbs is a really good route runner. That's why I love Jahmyr Gibbs so much, and that's why some teams had him on the big board over Bijan. Bijan's probably the better, down-to-down, classic-type running back, although I don't know. Right now, I mean, look what Gibbs did the other night. Yeah. But he's a great route runner as well. Mm-hmm. You can stick him in the slot, and that's the same thing with McCaffrey. And, I mean, he was probably running routes at like 7 years old. His dad, Ed, was one of the better route runners in NFL history.
Oh, yeah. So that broken leg.
Yeah.
I still
you don't think he was
that.
teaching Christian McCaffrey how to run those crisp ones?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's what makes him so damn good is he's a touchdown machine. Unfortunately, you can't bet it anymore unless you're laying heavy chalk. He could do it all. He literally can do it all. He can throw the football if you need him to.
You're right. Yeah.
And they don't even let him do everything because in college, like I covered him in the Rose Bowl against Iowa, and he returned punts, he returned kicks. Guy's just a weapon. He's what we thought Reggie Bush was going to be.
I would say Reggie Bush was kind of
good.
that way early on with the Saints, though. I mean, didn't he have like 85 receptions his rookie year or whatever?
Really good season.
Yeah.
The thing, and
he's been
every down back because they had Deuce McAllister.
Yeah, he's been better than Reggie Bush. Sure, he's had a better career. I'll say this: this may be the evolution of the running back. Like we talk so much about how the running back's getting. I mean, it's not phased out, but they're priced out or whatever the narrative is. Like this is what you do if you're a young running back and you're in high school right now. You better be as good as a pass catcher as you are a runner because that will prolong your career. That'll make you more valuable. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs has a chance to, even if he's going to be Reggie Bush on steroids. Really, I mean, he can run the football the way that he does. He's versatile. He's a great pass catcher. Christian McCaffrey, we see what he does. Alvin Kamara. I mean, you go down the list. If you're a running back, you can't be just a big bruising back anymore. You got to have hands, and if you can catch the ball out of the backfield, maybe even line up in the slot occasionally, you've now increased your value. You've made yourself an even better weapon, and you can prolong your career because, line up as a receiver for a while. Christian McCaffrey's a receiver in the future.
Yeah, your mileage, it's not about the age, it's about the mileage. Mm-hmm. How many hits are you taking? Mm-hmm. And if you're out there in the slot, what, you like that?
No, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're out there in the slot more than just running between the tackles, your body's going to take less of a beating.